types of the ozonolysis is there. What is the use of the ozonolysis also we are going to discuss right now. Firstly, briefly, how can we distinguish? Here is one is a saturated hydrocarbons are present. Second one is unsaturated hydrocarbons are present. Before that, the ozonolysis, what is the importance of the ozonolysis? I am trying to explain. Here is a saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon is nothing but only alkane, and unsaturated hydrocarbon is a alkene as well as alkyne is a unsaturated hydrocarbon. Why I am discussing in the ozonolysis point of view is what is the use of the ozonolysis is let us take, here is a 3 test tubes containing colorless, odorless, and all the characteristic properties are same. Or let us suppose only the 2 test tube. Here is a saturated hydrocarbon is present, and here is a unsaturated hydrocarbon is present up to here. How can we distinguish saturated from unsaturated? That is a ozonolysis. First one, from here is a drops of what I am added is a bromine in water is added in both the test tubes. Both are having the same characteristic properties. Case 1 is what? Bromine in water is added. The test tube which decolorizes the color of the bromine water, that is said to be a what? Unsaturated hydrocarbon. The test tube which not decolorized, nothing but whatever the color is there, that is the same color is there, then that we call as a saturated hydrocarbon. First test. Second test is a Bayer's test. What do you mean by the Bayer's reagent? Is a cold dilute alkaline KMnO4 solution is called as a Bayer's reagent, which is a purple in color. If it is added to the test tube which containing saturated hydrocarbon, another one is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Here saturated hydrocarbon containing test tube, there is no color change, no change in color. Whereas unsaturated hydrocarbon containing one is decolorizes the color of the Bayer's reagent. Next one is our the discussion is now ozonolysis. Here one is a saturated hydrocarbon is there, another one is a unsaturated hydrocarbon is there. The saturated hydrocarbon which do not undergo ozonolysis, whereas unsaturated hydrocarbon which undergoes ozonolysis. What I want to tell is here is, in order to test unsaturation, bromine water is useful. Second one is a Bayer's reagent is useful. Third one is a ozonolysis is also useful. But what is the importance associated with ozonolysis is here how many unsaturations are present, how many double bonds are present, how many triple bonds are present, and what is their locant or what is their position, that is also discussed with the help of ozonolysis reaction. That's what, instead of the bromine water as well as the Bayer's reagent, ozonolysis reaction is a very. How can we calculate the number of locants or what is their position and what do you mean by the ozonolysis reaction? That now we are going to discuss. Here, addition of ozone to the unsaturated hydrocarbon or C double bond or CH double bond CH and R is given. This we call what? Alkene. The step 1 is here I am planning to explain both the ozonolysis. Ozonolysis is of the two type. One is oxidative ozonolysis, another one is a reductive ozonolysis. Alkene on ozonolysis, step 1 is a O3, step 2 is a zinc plus water or dimethyl sulfide with water or hydrogen in presence of palladium or triphenyl phosphine etc., which is known as a reductive ozonolysis process, where the second one is One is the ozone is added to the unsaturated hydrocarbon, and the second one is simply hydrogen or water is given, or instead of this hydrogen peroxide is given, or instead of this silver oxide is given. Those are all acting as a oxidizing agent. In both the cases, what will happen? Here, wherever the double bond is present, break the double bond. RCH double bond O plus another mole is also RCH double bond O. Here is this one. What is the formed one? Aldehyde. Aldehyde is nothing but the carbonyl compound. Whereas under oxidative ozonolysis process, oxidative ozonolysis process is the first one is the aldehyde will form obviously. After forming of the aldehyde, here is a water molecule is there which is gets converted into hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is oxidizing agent. That's what will happen. Aldehydes is getting converted into respective carboxylic acid. RCOOH plus RCOOH respective carboxylic acids are formed one. Here under reductive ozonolysis only the carbonyl compounds are formed. Whereas in the oxidative ozonolysis, the formed carbonyl compound, important thing here is if it is a ketone will form, ketone is not gets oxidized easily. Only the aldehyde is getting oxidized to respective number of the carbons containing carboxylic acid. Now let us take example CH3, CH double bond, CH and CH3 is given 2 butene. Our aim is to attempt this question in very quick, nothing but in a 10 seconds we need to write. O3 is given. Second one is zinc plus H2O is given. What we call this one? Reductive ozonolysis process. Wherever the double bond is there, what we need to do? Break the double bond and add the oxygen atoms to the respective carbons. Double bonded carbon atom. What the formed one? Acetaldehyde, or which can be written for the sake of my convenience. CH3 CH double bond O, one molecule of the acetaldehyde. Another molecule of the acetaldehyde is also CH and CH3. Retrosynthesis. For example, the products are given. I want to write the reactant. Simply what I need to do? Remove the oxygen molecule and keep the double bond between the carbon atoms. Next one. CH3C CH3 double bond CH and CH3 is given. Step 1 is same ozonolysis. Step 2 is given zinc plus water molecule is given. What is the thing? Wherever the double bond is there, simply break the double bond and add the oxygen atoms to the respective carbon atoms. CH3, here is the CH3 double bond O. Next one, another double bonded carbon atom is there, double bond CH and CH3. One is the ketone acetone, another is acetaldehyde. If you want to get the retrosynthesis, remove the oxygen and place a double bonds between the carbon atoms. Now the mechanism of the ozonolysis reaction. The addition of ozone to the unsaturated hydrocarbon, which forms an unstable ozonide, which is an hydrolysis in the presence of zinc metal, are also called dimethyl sulfide. It gives respective carbonyl compound, whether the aldehyde or ketone, that we call as a ozonolysis process. What the elementary steps present in the ozonolysis reaction is, we know well ozone is nothing but the O3. O3 molecular structure is a angular structure is present, that is a resonance hybrid. Here the deficiency of the bonds is there the minus and the excessive of the bonds is there the plus. Hence it forms 1,3 cycloaddition at the nucleophilic center. Here the negative charge is there, the dipolar. In the presence of the inert solvents like dichloromethane, carbon tetrachloride, chloroform, at very low temperature, approximately minus 78 degrees centigrade, it forms an unstable, very unstable intermediate that we call molozonide, which undergoes rearrangement to give a unstable ozonide, which on hydrolysis to give a respective carbonyl compound. This is the mechanism of the ozonolysis. That's what we need to point out. Wherever the double bonds is there, break the double bond and write the oxygen atoms to the respective double bonded carbon atoms is the secret behind ozonolysis reaction. This is the elementary steps. Now few more examples regarding the ozonolysis is the, here is CH3, CH2, CH3, double bond CH, and the CH3 is given. I am planning to explain both the processes here. One is the reductive ozonolysis, another is the oxidative ozonolysis. Step 1 is the O3, step 2 is the zinc plus water molecule is given, and here is given step 1 is the O3 is given, step 2 is the simply water molecule is given or silver oxide is given. Here is the zinc is there, that's what which undergoes reductive ozonolysis. Simply what we need to do, break that the double bond and write the oxygens to the respective carbon atom, and it forms a respective carbonyl compound. Here is the CH3 is present and C double bond O, that we call 2-butanone. Whereas another is the 2 carbons containing aldehyde will form. Here is the CH and CH3 acetaldehyde. If you want to get back the reactant, simply remove the oxygens. That is the thing is open. Where in the case of oxidative ozonolysis is given, here is also the step 1 is the same product CH2, here is the CH3 and double bond O, and the second is double bond O, CH and CH3. One is ketone, another one is the aldehyde. Now here is a formed oxygen atom accepts the water and it forms H2O2 that gets oxidized. The H2O2 oxidizes what? Aldehydes to respective number of the carbons containing carboxylic acid, but ketones are not gets oxidized. Hence it is as it is, the 2-butanone become as it is CH3 and C double bond O, whereas here the 2 carbons containing carboxylic acid is the CH3, CH2, COOH, that is a ketone and carboxylic acid. Here is a ketone and aldehyde, means aldehyde is only simply gets oxidized to give the carboxylic acid. That is the thing we need to remind. Here, for example, instead of giving a open chain, if the like this is given, what we need to write? Under the reductive ozonolysis, O3 followed by the zinc and hydrolysis is given. What I need to do? Break that the bond. How many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4 butane diol is the formed one. Here is the CH2. Here is the CH2 and CHO. Like this, we represent the product in the ozonolysis reaction. One is oxidative ozonolysis, another one is a reductive ozonolysis. Still few examples again ozonolysis. If the double bond is there, simply break that the double bond and write the oxygens to the respective carbon atom. If the triple bond is there, break the double bond. Here what the formed one? CH3, C double bond O, C double bond O, CH3. One bond remains present between the triple bonded carbon atom as a single bond. Here dimethyl glyoxal is a formed one. Here the cyclohexene is given. Simply break that the double bond. How many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms are present. Here I am writing CH2 taken 4 times. Here is a CHO and here is also CHO. Here how many are there? 2 differents are there. Here is the double bond. Write the oxygens to the respective carbon atom. Here the 2 carbon containing one, that we call what? Glyoxal. Another one is 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons containing one is a. Here is a 4 carbon containing one. Here CHO and here is also CHO, and benzene is given, very important one. The ozonolysis product of the benzene, wherever the double bond is there, simply break and write the oxygens to the respective double bonded carbon atom. All are the same. Here is the CHO, here the CHO, here is also CHO. That is 3 moles of glyoxal is the formed product. If acetylene is given, CH triple bond CH, observe the difference between them, which is also performed the same ozonolysis followed by the hydrolysis. Here the double bond is broken, H C double bond O and H, what we call glyoxal. Only 1 mole of the glyoxal is obtained when acetylene is on ozonolysis or reductive ozonolysis. But as far as the benzene is on ozonolysis, it gives the 3 moles of glyoxal. Here is also the secret is already over. The secret is in with you. Here what? This is one glyoxal, this is another glyoxal, this is one methyl glyoxal. 2 moles of glyoxal and 1 mole of ethyl, 1 mole of methyl glyoxal. Here is what? Double bond position is a very important one. Oxygen, oxygen, here oxygen, oxygen, here is also oxygen and oxygen is present. 2 moles of methyl glyoxal and 1 mole of glyoxal is a formed one. Here is also double bond and respective carbon atom. This side is a double bond, this side is also double bond. Methyl glyoxal, here is also glyoxal, glyoxal, like that. If the two different double bonds are presented over oxygen, oxygen, here is also oxygen, oxygen, one is a formaldehyde, another is formaldehyde, 2 moles of the formaldehyde and 1 mole of glyoxal is a formed product under ozonolysis reaction. These are the very important examples and ozonolysis is a very important one. This is the previous question which is asked in the IIT mains. Which compound would give 5-keto 2-methyl hexane aldehyde should be there? Where it is obtained? As far as the first option is concerned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The double bond is getting at the second and the sixth position. 2, 6 hexane diol will come. What about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The aldehyde that need to get at the hexanol sixth position aldehyde is nothing but there is no terminal. Here is also no terminal, but 5 keto they said. 5 keto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fifth position keto. And the 2 methyl position should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second position methyl group is there and the fifth position keto group is present. That's what this is the right answer for the given question. Like this we need to attempt the question. Please stay tuned to my YouTube channel and if there any questions are there regarding this, please post in comment box.